G'day, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Welcome back to another video. I'm going to show you how to get motion blur with 144 FPS footage, 60 FPS footage, and 30 FPS footage. But just know that 30 and 60 FPS footage is not going to look as good, but it's still better than nothing, I suppose. And I'm on Zeka to just get some clips. So yeah. Ah, cheaters, that's... Yeah, that's amazing. Cool. I'm the best. Cool. Zero cheaters, can't even get one clip. So as we can see, we have our clip here. I cut it a little bit, and yeah, it's just me winning. It's a 5-second clip. So to add motion blur, just set the speed to anything below 100%. So we can set it to like 50% for a little bit of motion blur. You can set to like 5% for a ton of motion blur. I'm gonna set it to 10, and you have to select this optical flow option. So it's gonna make it very long, as you can see. Now either hover over the clip and press X, it's gonna select the whole clip, or you can go to the start of your clip, press I, and go to the end of your clip and press O. It's gonna mark in and out, and then go to sequence, render into out. I already rendered this, so as you can see it looks smoother, although it has some artifacts like that, as you can see. But there's really not much you can do about it. It's AI, it tries its best to make everything look normal, but as you can see it doesn't do a great job. It's still pretty good, but yeah, there will be some artifacts like that. So now, after you rendered your whole clip, go to your file manager, and then you should see a rendered MOV file right here. So just take this file and drag it onto your timeline, like so. It's supposed to be exactly the same. You can delete your old clip and use this for now. Now, this is gonna get a little bit complicated, but since I used 10% on my previous clip, I have to use 10,000 here to make it play at normal speed. So if you use like 50%, you have to set it to 200 and just do the math. It's pretty simple. Set time interpolation to frame blending, and now it's gonna add like a ton of motion blur, as you can see how much the sword is blurred. So I'm gonna render this out, and I'm gonna show you how clean this render looks, and I'm gonna do it with 60 and 30 FPS in comparison, so you can get an idea how the motion blur looks on different frame rates.
Kobietą być kobietą, marzę ciągle będąc dzieckiem. Kobietą, bo kobiety są występne zdrady. Kobietą być kobietą, oszukiwać, wręcz zdradać. Nawet gdyby komuś miało to przeszkadzać. Kobietą być kobietą, marzę ciągle będąc dzieckiem. Kobietą, bo kobiety są występne zdrady. Kobietą być kobietą, oszukiwać, wręcz zdradać. Nawet gdyby komuś miało to przeszkadzać.
But now I'll show you how I typically add motion blur to my videos. So as we can see, we have our footage here, and what I usually do is just add frame blending, and that's literally it. That's like the only thing I need. It adds enough motion blur for me. It's because I have 144 hertz monitor, and of course the more hertz the more motion blur, but yeah, this is more than enough for me. As we can see, it looks pretty decent. I can actually put it right there and put it on 50%, in and out, and as you can see, we have that motion blur with no artifacts because it uses actual frames. Of course, it doesn't blur that much because, well, it physically can't. It doesn't have enough frames. But as we can see, the sword is blurred. It uses actual frames, not the generated ones. So as we can see, there are no artifacts on the sword or the background or anything. And if we skip ahead, when we place our lava, it doesn't have that animation. It might be blurred. Yeah, it is blurred. It's a little bit darker, but then it appears normally. At least it doesn't have the animation, and you really can't notice the lava being placed or removed. And the turn animation looks great. Of course, there aren't a lot of samples. Of course, if you have like 360 Hz monitor, you're gonna have like 3 times more motion blur because you will have 3 times as many frames, and your computer can just blend them together. But yeah, overall this looks probably the best. I feel like it competes with the generated one and this one, but I feel like the generated is better, but also might have some artifacts which I'm not the biggest fan of, and also it takes a while to add that motion blur. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, there's going to be another one on screen right now. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. I don't typically do those, but I feel like a lot of you want to know how to do that. So yeah, I guess that's the next one. Take care.